Hi friends, this is Raghunath. As a way of giving back to society, I now run a counseling service for teenagers called HowUCan. If any of you want to know a little more about me as to how I come to do what I now do, I urge you to please watch the introduction in my very first video called Why Manage Time. In a series of videos focusing on time management for teenagers like you, I help you learn the concepts, methods, and habits that I have found very useful in my long academic and professional journey. In the previous video, you learned about internal validation and satisfactions and external satisfactions and motivators. Let us now try to understand what does it mean for studies. In this video, I'm going to try to convince you, make you believe marks should not drive you and why it should not be driving you because you end up with a certain negative state of mind. What else can it be? We will try and understand in this video. We all know these greats. The one on the left hand side, you know who he is. He did not wake up at 4 a.m., practice through the day, ball after ball after ball, to say one day at the age of 17, I will score a century in Old Trafford. He did not do that. He was focused on playing the best cricket and learning the best cricket and batting. Likewise, the one on the right. He didn't practice on the streets of Argentina football to say one day I will become the greatest of all time, the GOAT. He just practiced, play the best football, learn the best football, be the best attacker. They focused on preparing and practicing well, not on the result. Because they prepared and practiced well, they could end up with the results that they ended up getting, but that was never a motivator. In the case of studies, we all know you want to get good marks. All of you want to get good marks. That is, marks what should be driving you every day, every hour of studies. Marks are going to come at the end of the year when the exams happen. It doesn't happen every day, you're doing well, not doing well, you'll get so much marks. So other than marks, what can be your focus? Let's understand. To get good marks, what do you need to do? What should be the change in you that should come about for you to be able to get good marks and perform well? You need to prepare well and learn as much as possible. Preparing well day in and day out, every hour of every day, is going to result in good marks. I will go to the extent of saying, if you do not prepare well, clearly you will not get good marks, correct? Let's look at what happens if you get focused on good marks. I'm assuring you, because the event of getting marks is so far away, or it is in the future, but the effort you have to put now, you start getting obsessed with the anxiety and fear of getting good marks. Oh my God, if I lose 10 marks, what happens? I may lose this mark. Will I get 95? The anxiety works in your mind, spirals into a fear, making you learn less confident. To the point you may actually end up getting worse marks. On the contrary, if your focus is primarily on preparing well, every topic, every chapter of every subject, I want to prepare well is the focus. Things are in your hands. Things are totally in your hands. You can get satisfaction by preparing well, focusing on the journey of preparing well. Not only will your knowledge go up, you will, as I said, automatically get good marks, unless something very bad happens on the day of the exam. What exactly is in your hands when you say, I will focus on preparing well to get my drive and motivation up? To prepare well, there are 3 things that you need to do which are all in your hands. The first one, you have to give enough time for studies. You can't say, I will study 1 hour a day for the next 365 days. and say I have prepared well. That will not happen. Second, as you give time for studies, in the time that you are at studies, you have to concentrate. The productivity of your time should be on absorbing as much as you can on learning, concentration. Otherwise, you're wasting time. Third, of course, it does make a difference on how you study, the study methods, the way you remember things, the way you process things. That helps you in being prepared well. If these three are done, enough time for studies, concentration, and study methods, you would have prepared well. If you have prepared well, marks are a consequence, like for those 2 grades we saw. Let's look at this particular boy whose mom went to town, was so proud of him, even though he got 60 marks. I won't say even though, he got 60 marks. He was struggling, but the mom patted him on his back for the effort. You did not give up, my son. And she went to the world to say that and made a public post. You should be like that. Pat yourself, internal validation on working hard, on trying hard, on preparing well. This video, in a way, is applicable and usable for all teenagers in general. But I know each of you is different and unique. If any of you have any doubts, issues, or matters specific to you, I am more than happy to be available privately to you. All you have to do is WhatsApp me on my phone number 98-203-45323 or email me. I assure you, I will be available to you to help you learn how you can.